Well, do you guys see anything out of the ordinary? So, as I was knocking this last chunk of concrete out, I decided I got my laser in my truck. I guess I'll shoot it across that sill plate just to see how bad it is. And I'll put an image up here so you guys can see. And keep in mind, that's a rough sawn sill plate down there, so it's like 2 inches. It actually might be fatter than 2 inches. Let's see if I got my tape measure on me. 2 1/4 is what that one is. So that shows you just how out that is. So once I saw that, I kind of had no choice but to commit to the stem wall demo, which actually looks like it's not going to be as hard as I thought it was going to be. I got that first section knocked out of there. I just cut all the concrete off of it that I could, and then I just went out there and beat the heck out of it with the back of my splitting maul until it all just kind of busted apart, and then knocked it in. This wall really doesn't have much weight on it. I was picking it up with my pry bar, so that's why I just knocked it out and let it span, and then I put my bottle jack under there and picked it up. Closer to level, you can see it dives off after that sill plate's bowing. I got to get this next piece out. I guess I'm gonna just take this whole section out. This section's perfect. If you guys saw my video from a couple weeks ago, where I checked all the top of all these studs, and it's perfect. This bottom is perfect also, which this slab is perfect over here. So obviously no settling has happened over here. So I think I can just correct this wall, and I'll pour. I think what I'll do is pour a stem wall. Not get all this out and pour a stem wall, form it up and pour it, and then that way I can pour a slab in here. It might be nice to have that open for a little while, so I can throw some stuff through that hole. I think I'll get my excavator tomorrow and dig this out and give myself an opening. That way I can form up a footer and stuff. And but yeah, I feel like I may as well just do the whole thing, knock this out of here too. Get down here somewhere where I can support it. And then I'll replace this sill plate, because you can see it's a little bit termite damaged. It wasn't bad enough that I felt like I needed to replace it, but while I've got it picked up anyway, I feel like I may as well. I'm kind of glad that this ended up happening, because I've hated this. I don't know if you guys have noticed the crack that there's been here. I've kind of hated that, and I knew that it had to be settling a little bit. I did not think it had settled that much. But, you know, at least I'll know it's right after this. I can replace the sill plate. I'll know it'll have a good new stem wall under it. And this wall will be level. This wall already looks so much better. It always, the whole time, ever since I tore it off, and you could see all the shiplap. As soon as you walked in, you could see the whole wall, like, sitting super out of level. And I've just been ignoring it because I didn't want to accept that the reality was what it is. Lots more concrete to carry out of here. I'll get it temporarily supported. I think what I'll do is screw a 2x across the bottom of all these studs. Like I said, this wall's light. I can screw a 2x across the bottom of all these studs, and I can put a jack on both sides of it and just jack it up. Maybe put another one in the middle and just hold it up level. That way I can knock that sill plate off of there and then put a new one on, and then I'll have room to work and pour my new stem wall. But there's an update. So I'm getting some of the last pieces of slab out of the bathroom, And this piece and this piece are actually the portions that were connected to the stem walls. So this is a footer and stem wall, and that's a footer, stem wall, and part of the slab, all still as one piece. And I just wanted to show exactly what they had in there before, so maybe it'll help everyone kind of understand why the foundation has been failing so bad in there. So this stem wall footer is only 9 inches. It's exactly 9 inches wide. And it kind of varies how thick it is depending on what part you look at. Some portions are thicker than others. You can see right here is a little bit thinner than everywhere else. But this footer is, at its thickest part right here, is 2.5 inches. We pretty much have the same situation here. It just kind of, I'm sure that they just dug a hole and poured concrete into it, so it just depended on what the depth of the hole ended up being as far as where it sat. But I'm gonna add I have a couple of pictures. I'm gonna add some graphics up here of what a single pour stem wall footer is supposed to look like. It's very different than what we have here, and that's what I'm gonna go off of with what we go back in with. It'll be similar to what we do, what you see there in those pictures. So this width that's only 9 inches is supposed to be more like 12 to 18 inches, and the depth should at least go beneath the frost line, which around here is, I'm pretty sure, 14 inches. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure that the frost line in this area is 14 inches, so it needs to be at least below the freeze line, or else you're definitely going to have settling and movement problems. So this footer only being 3 inches into the dirt, it never had a chance. It worked. House didn't fall down or anything, but as you can see in this picture, we had over 2.5 inches of settling from one side of the room to the other. And that was in the stem wall, and that was in the foundation walls where that movement occurred. So I'm glad we're getting this taken out and taken care of now. I'll feel a lot better about it, knowing that it's corrected, done the way that it needs to be done. I've got probably 2 more sections I got to tear out before I got that whole wall out of the bathroom. I don't know if I'll get to that today or not, but they will be coming out, and I'll be forming up new single pour stem wall and footers within the next couple of weeks. Okay, so I don't know how well the camera is picking it up in this perspective, but you can see I've got some trenches dug to where both the drains are going to be. So I checked it with a laser. It's just level all the way across with the bottom of this drain pipe. That way, we should need to come up on both, but however much the plumbers want to come up, we should be able to just add back. But that way I know that it's deep enough for them. And trying to stand out of the way here, I've dug out all the way around this big waste drain pipe so that we've got room to cut it and make connections. What I'm wanting to do right now is put the toilet flange here. So I think we're going to cut it off down here somewhere, do a new toilet flange here, and then however they want to run these connections, we'll do that. And then I'm going to see, since the shower tub combo is going to be sticking about 30 inches off of this wall, I'd put it about right here. I'm wondering if I could just build this wall out a little bit, and then we could run the vent pipe up that wall Because I don't want to run it up this exterior wall and have it right at the edge of the roof. I'd have to go through that stem wall and stuff. But if I could just build a bump out and pull that off the wall and then run the vent pipe through it, it'd be a good way to hide it. So this is going to go away. Basically everything beyond here is going to go away. That toilet flange will be out. Everything is going to, this won't be here anymore. That sink drain won't be here anymore. And it'll just be this direction, and then hopefully a vent pipe hidden behind the bathtub. With the way that those tubs have a flange, most of the time you usually have to have a stud right there for it to nail into anyway. So I was kind of thinking I might need to build a wall out anyway, so that would work for the vent pipe. So I believe that's all that I need to do in preparation for the plumbers. So I'm going to leave this the way that it is, and I've got some time left, and something that I've been procrastinating because I just really don't want to do it is, or do the work, because I hated that sheetrock demo so much last time, is I need to widen this door out. It's 24 inches right now. I want to make it 30 or 32 inches. I just hate to get into this room that's untouched. But it has to be done. I'm not leaving that doorway 24 inches. And right now is kind of the perfect time. I don't really want to get into any more stem wall demo because I know that I can't correct it today. And today's the last day of the weekend. So I don't want to create an even bigger, you see this door that I've got here? This is the closet door. I just screwed it to the wall and I'm going to push some dirt up against it to close it off. That's what I got closing that hole off right now. So I don't want to make it even bigger when I know I can't do anything this weekend anyway. So I'll do that maybe sometime when I can just, in one weekend, demo it, form it up, pour it, and maybe get it closed in all in one weekend when I'll take the rest of that out. So I don't want to touch that. I'm done with the plumbing prep, I think. And that kind of leaves me, the next best thing to work on would be this. I do need to demo that window at some point, but it's just very low priority to me because I know it'll only take a minute. But this is something that really needs to be done, so I think that's what I'm going to start on next. Okay, I've never done this before, and I guess now's the time to try it. I know there's no stud here. Not as easy as I thought, but not too hard. That's going to do it for this video. It was a good 3-day weekend. Got a lot of progress done. Really happy with where I'm at. Still pressured to get done in time, but we talked about, got a backup plan if it doesn't work out. Hopefully one way or another I can edit this video together in a way that makes sense. I've just been so randomly, sporadically recording little bits and pieces. Just kind of a weird part of the build to record videos on. But it's my brother's birthday, so I need to get back in time to go over to my parents' house, and I think I'm going to go ahead and mow. I haven't mowed the yard here in like 4, maybe 5 weeks, so it's gotten pretty tall. But I've got about an hour I can kill, so maybe I can get that mowed, and then I'll head out there, but that's going to be the video. Hopefully this is a good update for everybody. I appreciate everyone that's been commenting, asking for updates and stuff. I'm sorry. It's just like I said, it's just a weird, I felt like if I recorded a bunch of videos of it, I would just be posting like 5 videos in a row of me tearing out concrete, because that's basically all that I've been doing. Is just coming here and sawing all day, and then sledgehammering and prying, and then carrying pieces out, and then sawing and chiseling. It's just been a... Here, look at the pile that I got outside. I'll put that picture up right here. It's almost the whole slab from in here. But I think we're in a real good spot now. I think we're getting everything figured out. And it'll end up how it ends up. So, really appreciate everyone's loyalty, support, and comments, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm filthy from working on the bathroom. I'm finishing up today, or I'm finishing up what I've been working on today. I want to take a second to talk about this power supply that a company sent to me. I mostly use these things for camping. It's pretty much the only time I ever use them, but they're really nice to have around for power outages. So this is the EBL 1000 watt Voyager, and a couple of things that I really like about this one are the multiple different types of charging ports. It's got the new USB-C, which is ideal. That's my favorite type of charging port these days. That's what my iPhone uses. And I've noticed that mostly any device that comes with a port that you can plug into a USB or a Type-C USB port seems to charge a little bit faster. So it's got regular USBs, the USB-C. It's also got the DC power, so you can plug a car socket or like a regular cigarette lighter type device into it. It's got a light on the top. A lit up screen here. You can see there's the light. It's not too heavy. Most of these things are pretty heavy because it's batteries, so the batteries usually weigh a lot. This one, it's really not bad. The handle, this is probably the best handle I've seen on one. Most of the time, like I have another brand that I've been using for a pretty long time, and the handle is molded into the top so you can't fold it down. That's a little bit of an inconvenience. I like this folding handle that this has. And they have solar charging capabilities. I don't have a solar panel that I could charge it with, but I know that most of this stuff, they typically sell a solar panel that you can use, which would be very handy for the multiple day camping trips. So if you've watched my camper video, you know that this is how I power my entire camper. It's where all the electricity in my camper comes from, is these power banks. So I've got 3 of them now. That way I've got spares. I can let my friends charge their phones on them. All these charge their phones really fast. They're really nice to have for that. I think I'm probably going to start keeping one in my work truck just for recharging my phone, recharging my microphone, recharging my little Insta360 Go camera that I use. It's a great way to have portable power anywhere for any of that typical, devices. And like I said, they're really good to have for emergency scenarios because, like, a lot of the times, like if you're just going to lose power for a night or something and you don't want to have to go, if you don't have a generator or you live in an apartment where you can't have a gas generator, it's a really good way to keep your Wi-Fi going. You could plug your TV in and, you could have at least Wi-Fi and TV when you lose power. But still, I mean, being able to turn on a lamp, run a fan overnight, if it's in the summer and you can plug a fan into it and have a fan. Or being able to turn your TV on for the news, run a radio, can turn your Wi-Fi on so that you got connection to the internet. You can look at weather reports, see what's going on. I think it's a really good idea for everyone to have one of these because it's a simple way to have some power in a power outage.